Young Thug finally dropped his album, but although it's not that bad, honestly, I believe it's forgettable. So after months of dissing Gunna, can Young Thug come back from this? What's going on, y'all? willarmani. Hope everybody's feeling good today. If you are, please make sure to subscribe. Got more content coming on the way. Let's get into it. In Young Thug's career, he has been known to release hits. Now, in my personal opinion, although he's had extremely high highs, he's had some pretty low lows too, and I wasn't always the biggest fan of every project that Thug put out. However, I will say that Thug is known for doing pretty solid features, kind of like a Lil Wayne, and he's also really solid at giving hit songs. And not every project is filled with them, but when they are, they are. After this whole Rico situation, and I'm skipping a lot, but after this all Rico thing happened and he's been going back and forth with Gunna and not supporting him, and there's been a whole lot of back and forth. To me personally, that automatically gave me high expectations for this Thug album, because in my opinion, if you're gonna talk that hot, you're gonna have something to prove. Or if you're gonna talk that hot, you're gonna have something for us to listen to that we could be like, damn, okay, talk your shit. But the issue that I'm having here is he also pushed this project back. So he pushed it back and he pushed it back, and now it's finally out for us to talk about. There were some strong points. I do enjoy the song with Travis. I do enjoy the intro track. There were some highlights throughout this project, for sure. The production was definitely solid, and I will admit there are a lot of people on Young Thug's side compared to Gunna, where Gunna is releasing a lot of this work completely solo and not many features at all. Thug very clearly has people riding for him, because the entire second half of this project is filled with feature after feature back to back. But my issue with this project is, after all of that talking, there is a lot of mid on this project. There is a lot of songs that they're not necessarily bad, but they're not necessarily amazing, and there's nothing that I'm going to really add on to my playlist. A lot of songs that didn't really feel cohesive, and a lot of things that I thought hooks could have been stronger and things of that nature. Now, we also do have to keep in mind that after him getting out with the whole Rico situation, although he's been kind of talking back and forth when it comes to what he can and can't say, the truth of the matter is that he really can't say and talk about the same things that he used to prior to his Rico case. So when I heard this project, it was very clear as day that that was the case, because every single song kind of felt like it sounded the same down to the bars, because all he could really talk about is girls and money and kind of drugs, but not really, because he's still pretty hesitant because he doesn't want to get himself caught up again, and I do get that. And from a fan's perspective, I just believe that Thug has released stronger projects before this one, and even the one that he released in jail, Business is Business, wasn't my favorite either, but to me personally, it was more strong and had songs that I would go back to listen to as opposed to this one. And after all of this, I believe that Gunna is in a stronger position now than Thug. A lot of people would argue that that's not the case, because Young Thug is Young Thug. He has all of these people riding for him, and we can clearly see that throughout the features on the project. But I do believe that solo, on his own, he doesn't hold up the way that Gunna holds up, especially when it comes to consistency, because although I do believe there have been times where Gunna has been pretty repetitive, that repetition isn't something that I get tired of, because he's so damn consistent, where Thug isn't as consistent in his flows, melodies, or songs in general. Every project that Gunna has released after he got out of jail has gotten consistently better and better and better with each release, which is making Thug's album, in contrast, a little underwhelming. The big questions that we have to ask, right? Can Thug reinvent himself? Can he come back after this? Does he need stronger features, new sounds, or better marketing? What could fans realistically expect from him next? From my point of view, we're not really sure, because he's been out for a while, but he hasn't released a lot since he's been out. And this is one of the most solid pieces of anything that we've gotten from him since he's been out for over a year. The single that he put out before this project wasn't really my favorite, and this project alone, I don't think is enough to get people to stick back onto Young Thug. It's definitely not enough for him to gain new fans. It might hold over current fans, but for how long, I don't know, especially if we're gonna compare him to an artist like Gunna. The album isn't bad, but it's a little mid, and now we're left wondering, can Young Thug bounce back after this? I believe that he can, and again, we're only talking about the music side of this. The whole street side of everything is something that just doesn't even interest me anymore. We already know from previous videos, and if you haven't seen my previous video on street rap fatigue, you should probably go check that out. But the big question is, do you think that Young Thug could bounce back after this, or is he at the start of a steady decline. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Did you hear the album? Did you not hear the album? Do you even care about Young Thug? What are you listening to right now? Let's have a discussion in the comments. Let me know what you are thinking about. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I've got more content coming on the way. And if you want to follow me or any of my own music, I just dropped a song today. You can follow me on Instagram, willarmani with 2 I's. It's been your boy, Willarmani. Please stay positive.